P. Can anybody tell me what that means in gamer language? I hope I can, because if I can, I deserve to be fired. It means good game, well played. It's the equivalent at the end of a game of going up and shaking someone's hand, saying, well done, hard fought. Let's do that again sometime. It's a norm, right? It's a social policy, a custom. We've got classes in gamer culture, just like we've got classes in any other culture, whether that's social, whether that's economic, whether that's racial. We've got classes. We judge people based on their rank, how they perform, who's better than someone else, the amount of time that someone puts in. These are all classes that we use to differentiate one another in gaming. We've got weird language. WTB 170K DPS Draenor set, PLZ. Anybody want to translate that one for me? That's somebody asking to buy a specific set of gear in a specific set of games. I actually had to look that one up coming here. It's one I don't even know. They've got their own language. They've got their own arts. All you've got to do is turn on the television and see an advertisement. Y'all say advertisement or advertisement? Advertisement. All right, y'all aren't like New York. That's a good thing. All you got to do is watch an advertisement, and sure enough, on that screen, right, you're going to be teleported into another world with dragons and fire. And maybe it's in outer space all at the same time. Art. Some of it's beautiful. Some of it's so-so. Art. Gamers have art. Not just art do they have, not just language do they have, not just customs and social norms. They also have religion. You may ask the question, what is the official religious system of gamer culture? It's not indifferent from anything outside of the gospel. It's works equals righteousness. If you can do it, pull yourself up, get it done. Prove yourself, and you'll be worthy. Their system of government is rule of the mob in the worst sense. Rule of the mob. You get enough angry gamers together, they can get anybody fired. We know how to write angry letters, and millions of them at a time. We've got an economic system. Seventh and finally, an economic system. In-game currency. How many of y'all got a cell phone? I'm not saying you're gamers. All right, it's okay to raise your hand. How many of y'all got a cell phone? If you got a cell phone that has a GPS in that cell phone, which as of 11 years ago, every sellable cell phone has to have a detectable GPS device inside it. All of those phones are capable of making digital transactions. We've got our own economic system, folks. We call it pay to win. So just how many gamers are we talking about here? What makes this a people group and not just one guy from St. Louis playing too many games? Does 180 million people count? There are 180 million gamers here in the United States. And that's a number from 2013. So my research is already getting dated. 180 million gamers. There's 100 million in the European Union. There's 105 million of them in India. And this just blows my mind. This is where we're going, hopefully, Lord willing, in a couple of decades. There's 200 million of them in China. These are people that play games on average for 13 hours a week. Gamers. Now, I did some local research. Okay, are these gamers just, these are people in Beijing. These are those people up in Dallas. These are all those Cowboy fans. That's what this is. I looked up here, the Houston Board Game Meetup Group. People that get together to play board games. You might be wondering, Monopoly? Scrabble? I brought two just to show you real quick. There are all sorts of games that you can play in less than 30 minutes with 2 to 4 players, and it's got nothing to do with Monopoly. All right, these are grown people that want to get together, play games that are based on economics, that are based on maybe something that's challenging at work, such as engineering, or who can resist X-Men, right? Comic book superheroes, right? Gamers gather together to play these games from all over. So how many of them are here in Houston that gather together every single month to play board games? 1,781 as of last night. They gather together. And this is a group that has been together since 2006, when it was founded. If we split that up into 3 churches, that's still 3 pretty decent sized churches, amen? How are we going to reach this people group? Where does the gospel come in?